Hey everyone, Dennis and Stephanie K here.
Hello.
It is day 7 of our shelter in place, home quarantine, isolation, whatever you want to call it. We're here in France in Strasbourg.
It's a little different though. This time, it's not, we were socially isolating for at least a week and a half before. This is enforced French law. You need to take a piece of paper called an attestation out with you, promising on your honor that you are only doing one of five things: going to and from necessary work, if not telecommuting, taking care of the elderly, shopping, a little bit of exercise, 1 kilometer or two near your home, no cycling, and the fifth one, I forget.
Oh, you cover the main one, sweets.
So yeah, it's a severe. All throughout France is covered, and we are abiding by the law, and we were before that, socially and physically isolating, but keeping in touch with our friends to stay sane.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like today there's a great acceleration in the spread of the coronavirus. I just read that it took 67 days for it to go from 100 cases to 100,000 cases. The next 100,000 cases only took 11 days, and the 150,000 cases more after that only took 4 days. So we see it's spreading, but in areas that they're putting in to place these social isolation techniques, it does seem to be greatly slowing down the spread of the virus. So Steph and I are doing good, keeping ourselves busy,
Yeah.
right? So what have you been doing today to not go crazy since we can't go outside?
Well, this is a little bit of same for us. We kind of have our own little. He works at home. I have chronic illness, so he takes care of me, and I have a lot of things that I already have in place to do so I don't go crazy. Um, I take care of all sorts of different things around the house and then end up doing crafts. I put together tiny little miniatures, doll houses without dolls, little miniature scenes. We have puzzles, we have paint by numbers, we have paints. If you haven't gone on lockdown yet, or you still have Amazon, buy those things now because you will not be able to find them. Buy more than you think. Of course, they're not very expensive. A paint by numbers set will just help you. You can put on an audiobook in the background or a podcast, and it really is nice. And I've got some really cute pieces of art out of it, and it's a lot of fun, and you don't really have to think too much about it. So buy the puzzles. I'm working on my Switch. I just got Animal Crossing, the new one. That's the best. So I'm excited about that. Computer games. Anything you think you might need now, get it. I'm still searching for my US converter plug to my Euro plug because my computer has a plug for the US. So we'll find that. But little things like that, make sure you have them because pretty soon things are going to shut down if they haven't already for you, and you want to be prepared.
Yeah, that's a good point. One thing we didn't realize is that when all this started, we thought, oh, we can just go out and get things as we need them, and whatever we can't get in person, we can just go and order on Amazon. Well, it's getting to the point now where even the delivery of Amazon orders and different things like that are not allowed anymore.
Which is good
Yeah, it
because
is.
it saves
Yeah,
our delivery
but
people.
we were thinking, oh, you know what? I'll just go on Amazon if I can't leave the house. Well, you're making a delivery guy come to the house. Now it puts him at risk. So we don't mind just not ordering anything for a while. Plus, I might even save a little bit of money with you not doing your Amazon shopping as
What?
much. So yeah, it's good. So we did get some sad news today. Is that many of you know that we lived in Belize full time for 11 years, and we still go back and forth quite a bit. Still have my business there, and up until yesterday or this morning, Belize was the one of the only countries in the world not to have coronavirus. Well, that's changed. The Prime Minister Dean Barrow just did a news announcement, a press release, saying that a 38-year-old Belizean woman that travels back and forth from Belize to the United States has returned from California last Thursday, and she was having some symptoms. So a dry cough, fever. So she was tested, and her test came back positive. They gave her two tests. I guess it's a preliminary and then a confirmatory test. So she does have it, and she flew from the mainland of Belize to San Pedro. So San Pedro is a very small place. It's on the island of Ambergris Caye. It's where we lived for 9 years full time, and that worries us a bit because we have a lot of friends there.
Yeah, friends that are family.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just you think about the Acostas, and we think about the Humes, and we think about
Too
the
many to name.
Colognes, and
Yeah.
the people that I worked with in the Remax office,
Chef
And
Bella, yeah.
yeah, everybody, all my good friends, waiters and waitresses at the Blue Water Grill, which I eat breakfast every morning and dinner. I don't know how many times.
The D&E's
Um,
guys for our frozen
oh, our
custard.
cousin
I
custard
mean,
is
everyone at the Blue
yeah.
Water Grill where we got all of our wonderful food.
Everybody at the Rum and Bean, at the great coffee and rum shop.
Mahmoud.
There's so many people that we love there. And so when we saw that today, we're very concerned with all of you. So if you're watching this, I'm going to try to send this to as many of you as possible. Steph and I are sending you our love
We think
and
about you a
thinking
lot.
about you. And we just have some advice. Please take this seriously. Please don't think that because the sun is shining and it's beautiful out that you can just run around and see people, because the bad thing about this thing is you can get infected and you don't feel anything. You can be infected for 2 weeks and going around. It's not like if you leave the house and you come back, you're safe. You can leave the house and come back and you're infected, and then your family is. So we also know that Belizeans are so warm and loving and hospitable, and that you might think, well, you know what? I'll just have my brother over for dinner, or I'll just have my family over. But it's still, man, if you love them, if you truly love them and love everyone, stay inside your house, stay isolated, don't go out, don't touch anybody, and just stay home. Stay home. That's the only thing that's going to help in this time is stay home, disinfect, wash your hands.
Well, we wish we had a little bit more of a warning, and we did because of Italy and because of China. So when I saw that happening in China, I went on Amazon and I bought masks and I bought these weird goggle things, and he laughed at me. He completely laughed. He was a little like annoyed, and he was like, "You're never ever gonna need these." I only bought 20. I didn't want to buy too many for financially dumb reason, and also just not to take them from everyone who really needs them. But now I'm glad that I have them, because when we need to go to the grocery store, you can use a mask and keep that up. So this guy didn't really believe it was going to be this bad, and it got this bad. So if he's warning you,
Yeah,
listen,
absolutely.
listen. I tend to
Absolutely.
be really careful, but now he's being even more careful.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully it just sticks to this Belizean lady. The good news is it seems like she's already well on her way to recovery. She didn't require any hospitalization. In fact, she says she really didn't even feel that sick, just a fever and a cough, but it wasn't like a really bad flu that got her down. And that's what makes it so dangerous. If she would have flew back and with body aches and pains and fever and congestion, if you know you're sick, then something serious is going on, and you self isolate anyway because you don't feel good. But with this disease, with this virus, you get it and you don't feel that bad for the most part until it hits somebody that it does. Then they end up dying. And there's sadly to say there's a lot of people dying around the world, and we don't want that to happen to any of our good friends in Ambergris Caye or Caye Caulker or on the mainland. We got friends all over that country. Down in Punta Gorda, we think about you guys. We understand there might be some border crossing issues down there. So you guys all just please be safe. Keep us posted. We'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us on FaceTime or email or Instagram. But thinking about all you guys during this time. So be safe. Love you. Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.